Oh, this is Alex from ONG Tax and Accounting Services. So in this video, we're going to take a look at some of the comments that we've received on some of these LLCs videos that we do for foreign-owned US single-member LLCs. Okay, so in this video, I actually took apart some of the regulations that governing the reporting of reportable transactions as it relates to foreign-owned US single-member LLC. So if you haven't watched this video, I think I have about 4 different types of videos that I have recorded to kind of use the Internal Revenue Code and the regulation to explain how some of these things, what could trigger a reportable transactions under the Treasury Regulation 1.608-6038A-2. And then I also give you some examples that the IRS gave in the regulation to point you to the right direction as to whether you have reportable transactions or not. Okay. Now, one comment that I got about this video is from this person here who is asking if the LLC is dormant and is a second year. He just paid the renewal of the registered agent, and is that classified as contribution to the LLC? Yes, it is. Okay, so it doesn't really matter how well you want us to describe some of these transactions, or if you want us to describe it in a certain way or in a different way so you can get out of the situation. But whenever you find yourself, okay, paying something on behalf of the LLC, you have indirectly or directly contributed to the LLC. Okay. So if you say the LLC is dormant and then in the second year you paid for the renewal fee. Now, I know you put in words like just pay the renewal fee to get out of it, but it's not just the fact that the transaction has taken place. We need to give that transaction a name. Okay. So in this case, the transactions you've paid or the renewal fees you paid using your personal funds on behalf of the LLC or to support the LLC is a contribution to the LLC. Okay. It doesn't really matter whether the renewal fee was $2, $3, or $5. The fact that the transaction has taken place, you need to categorize it properly. Okay. Now he goes on to say that the first year makes sense because that was clearly the formation cost. But on the second year, is that an expense? Is that expense a contribution? Now, why would the first year make sense and the second year not make sense? It's just because you paid the first year for formation does not absorb you from the second year. We know that the second year is not a formation. Okay, the second year you're just paying to renew. But then again, the substance of your transaction is that you're doing something to support the LLC. It does not really matter whether it's a formation cost or whether it's a renewal cost or whether you're paying a legal fee on behalf of the LLC. Okay. So again, doesn't matter whether you're paying for the company is dormant. As long as the transaction took place, then you need to find a category for it. And in this case, is when you do something to support the LLC, the proper category is a contribution to the LLC. Okay. So I hope that is clear. All right, let's go to this question here. And this person says that I've been binge watching your videos and I found it truly helpful. I guess this no tax also applies to digital content creators, bloggers, vloggers outside of the US. So yeah, I guess it may apply. So the analysis we were using here in this video was that you have someone who's providing digital services and he's doing all the work from outside of the US. So as long as you're providing services, okay, and you sit outside of the US to make that kind of income, then the services you're collecting or the income from the services you're collecting is foreign source income and it's not a US source income. So therefore it's not taxable in the US. So if you are a digital content provider and you blog and you vlog and you get money out of it, the money that you're getting is because of the services you're providing as a blogger or vlogger. Okay. And it is not taxable in the US as long as you are outside of the US and you do all the work from outside of the US in your home country. Okay. So that's basically how I'm going to tell you. I mean, there are some people who have content or some kind of copyright content that they're making monies, certain type categories of money like royalties and copyright fees and all of that. Those falls into a different category. But if you're not receiving, the income that you're receiving is not labeled as such, like royalties or copyright fees and all of that, then, it's clear, right? But if you start receiving things like royalties and copyright fees and rentals and all of that, then we need to look into how foreigners are taxed on those types of income. Okay, so those type of income will fall under the FDAP income where, you will be taxed on 30% withholding unless you have your country have a tax treaty with the US. So if you're just providing content and maybe it's just affiliate marketing and you are, making money out of, clicks and all of that, then that's not taxable here in the US. Okay, unless that specific income that's being paid to you has been properly labeled as copyright or royalties or, leasing expenses or rental expenses and stuff like that. But if it does not fall under any of these categories, then it's fine. Okay. So one example I would give you is AdSense. When you start collecting income like AdSense from Google categorizes them as royalties. Okay. So usually you pay, if you're not from a treaty country, you're going to pay 30%. So Google will actually withhold the 30% and pays you the rest. And then if you are from a treaty country, depending on what information you provided on the W-8 form, you may get a lower withholding. Okay, so it all depends on the type of income you're receiving from your blogging or vlogging. But as long as, again, the income is not categorized like a copyright fee or royalty income, then you're good. Okay, then you could consider yourself as providing digital content services, and whatever income you make out of it could be out of affiliate income or commissions, and that's fine. But if the payer start labeling it as royalties or copyright fees like that, then you have a problem. Okay, so that's what I would say with regards to this question.